Hi everyone, this is Thalia and Miana from Double Team, and today we'll be talking about fan service.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting. I already told Miana I want to talk about this since Free Season 2 is out,
Yes,
and that's girl
of
fan
course.
service for once. So
Yes.
I'm
I
happy
agree
we
with
have
that.
that. Like guys can hate on it all they want. I mean, it's still a good series. Like,
Oh, there are a lot of guys that are on board with it, and
mhm.
I'm really proud of that.
Yeah,
Because a lot of series that have fan service when it comes to girls are just either yaoi series or they're just have really crazy fan bases, so
yeah,
people just stay away from them.
yeah, exactly.
But some series are really good nonetheless, so and Free is
Well,
one good example.
yeah, exactly. But Free has a really big fan bases as well when it comes to girls. But that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like a lot of guys like it too because it's sports. So it's
Yeah.
both for and there's that girl who is crazy about muscles and all that.
Oh yeah.
So Rin's
It's
sister.
like
So
K-On! With guys and swimming,
yeah.
basically.
But I'm so glad that I checked this out, and I don't mind the fan service at all. It's I'm not really the type of girl who's like, oh, missiles. I'm not. But I
Yeah.
mean, I enjoy it, of course. I mean,
Yeah, I can agree with that.
yeah. And we put up with all the fan service for boys and all the other anime. There's enough of that. So I mean, for once they can
Oh yeah,
feel our pain.
I think both audiences are entitled to have their degrees fan service.
Yeah.
But let's rewind because obviously we've been talking about we've
Free.
been just yeah ranting about Free. Those triceps. But fan service, what do you consider fan service usually?
I don't know. That's a hard question, but I think everything that is exaggerated, too much. Like if there's too much humor that is over the top, I think that's kind of fan service. Sometimes it depends, because mostly they will make jokes about sexuality and all that stuff as well, and you know being couples and all that stuff. I don't know, that's a hard question, but mostly also the boys fan service, a lot of boobs and all that kind of stuff. You have that a lot in series. So
Yeah, that's the most obvious thing that people think of when you talk fan service.
mhm.
For me, fan service is anything that doesn't really is not really necessary for the plot.
Yeah.
It's just there to keep audiences
Interested?
happy per
Yeah.
se. Even if, for instance, if you have an action series and you have a lot of cool character shots and all of
Mhm.
that kind of thing, they're not really necessary for the plot. In a way, they're fan service. They're
Yeah.
just there to make it look cooler. So the same with some mechas or all those big explosions and, for instance, a lot of blood splattering and gore.
Yeah.
It's another type of fan service. I think the one that you see more obviously is the sexual fan service, of course,
Mhm.
and mostly for the male audience, though that has been changing, and that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the one that's just there in your face, right? It's because the thing is, it's kind of different. People's relationships with that kind of subject and that kind of fan service is different than if you're
Yeah.
talking about something that just makes it look cooler.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true.
It-
But you also have references to other anime. That's kind of fan service as
oh
well. I
yeah,
mean, but I like it. I like it a lot when they do
I
that.
like
When
it
they
as
do it the
well.
right way, I mean, then I
Oh
love it.
yeah,
No
for
Game No
sure.
Life did that very well, I think, in this series.
There was one series that was very based on reference humor that kind of went downhill, but the first episode was so good. It was Seitokai no Ichizon, I think that was the title. And of course, it had a student council in which they did absolutely nothing, and there were just jokes flying around. But you suddenly have like a girl with a note, and someone asks what she's writing, and you just see like a flying apple being eaten, like if it was Death Note.
Oh.
And it is just so good in the beginning, and then it becomes so much worse.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You had that in a Baka no Test as well. They did the Evangelion reference, and that was so good. Like a whole episode about like Evangelion, like the emergency stuff, and then trying to do all that, and like I love that honestly. Like even
I like it as well, and it's really well done.
Yeah,
it's very niche. I mean, it's something that when I started watching anime, I didn't appreciate because I didn't have the knowledge of other series that is needed to understand the references. I got the obvious ones. I got like the Pokemon ones and the Death Note ones, but there are other ones that are very old school that you need to like be really into the anime world and have watched a lot of hours of it to understand.
Yeah, of course.
So
I didn't understand like all of them from No Game No Life. Only when people like mentioned it, like, oh yeah, there was a reference to this, and then afterwards I'm like, oh, that's right. Like,
oh yeah.
You know.
For me as well, but I think it's because I was more focused in like the character interactions and like the comedy by itself than just trying to find the references.
Yeah.
So I just didn't pay attention to that mostly.
Yeah. But like, do you mind fan service or not, or do you like appreciate it?
I think everything that is too much, I don't like. That's the thing. Like, for any type of fan service, of course, I have like types that I like more and types that I like less. I'd rather watch a lot of blood splatter than panty shots, but I can still like acknowledge that it's fan service for me because it's something that even if a series is very bad, like for instance, I've been marathoning Brynhilde. I'm sorry, Thalia. It's bad. And I can still appreciate, like I did when I watched Elfen Lied, I can still appreciate like the violent scenes, even though like the overall series is not that good.
Yeah.
So I can understand that it's fan service, but I like it better than panty shots because I get nothing out of that, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
But either way, like if it doesn't advance the plot and it's just like getting in the way, like if most of the episode is just dedicated using that to grab the audience, I don't like it.
Well, you kind of have that with Manhaka-san to Assistant-san. That was always about panties or him like being a perv, like kind of.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, all like that series is an ecchi series. So basically, it is a series that already includes like fan service as part of the plot. So in a way, the plot is the fan service.
Yeah, but like for them, like I don't mind because you know it's gonna be funny. Like I mean, if you watch the first episode, I mean, I think it depends what kind of person you are, but like I really enjoyed it because you kind of know that's gonna be in there, but you know something else is gonna happen as well, so you don't really, you know, it doesn't come in the way of like the whole series, so that's good.
Yeah, that's the point exactly. Like if it just doesn't get in the way of the rest, I'm fine. For me, it's something. For instance, I just remembered like Pupa. Pupa just got no plot and just fan service in several different areas of the fan service spectrum.
Yeah,
because you got like the violence scenes and you got like the Onichan scenes. You got all of that together, but absolutely no character development or whatever else would make it interesting. So that for me is like a very bad use of fan service. I think fan service should be used in small doses and well thought out. Yeah. Not just like we have like 5 minutes. What are we going to do?
Then again, didn't they like censor most of it for people as well?
Oh yeah, they did.
So that's like having fan service, but then censoring it because it's too much blood. So it's like
you had nothing.
I could even watch it probably.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. You'd have munching sounds and all of that still.
Oh, that's fine. I mean,
you can probably watch it.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna.
No, it's not. Don't.
Yeah, but you have that for Brynhilde as well. Like they have a lot of blood. Well, kind of, but then they like censor it with smoke, like smog, kind of, and that kind of pissed me off because I mean, I know I can't really handle a lot of blood in like series, but I do love Attack on Titan, and that has another fan service of like slicing people and all that. But Like for Brynhilde, I kind of expected to it at least a little bit gory
Yeah.
because it's like people melting and all that stuff, and you didn't see anything of that. So
Yeah, like I was okay when they changed like the perspective and you just like saw the people that were melting. You just saw like the goo, but you didn't see them getting like completely melt.
yeah,
But there are shots that are really annoying, and one of the things that reminds me of that is when I watched Umineko no Nako Koroni, which is part of like it is done by the same people that do Higurashi, so it's part of the When They Cry series. It is actually the only one of that series that I've watched, but it has like that pixelated censorship over
no.
things, and it's or sometimes it just has like a shade over like a quarter of the screen, and that makes it so annoying to me.
Yeah, it depends like how they censor it because like for No Game No Life they censored a lot of like boobs and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff too. But they did it a smart way because they made it part of the game that they censored it. So
Oh
it's like
yeah,
they did it in a good way. But if they do it like it's too obvious and it's like what I mean, it's
yeah.
what people want to see mostly in that series, and then they do that. So, but yeah,
Overall, would you say you like fan service or you don't like fan service, or it's either way?
yeah. Well, for me it's the same like you. Like I don't mind it at all. I actually enjoy it, but if it's too much and it ruins the whole story and all that, then I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I tend to say that I don't really like fan service when it comes to like the sexual fan service area, because the thing is it's very stereotypical at this
yeah,
point. Like what you're going to get in the exact way that you're going to get it.
mm-hmm.
And I think it's very boring in a way.
Yeah, it's
Like for me that typical thing of like for instance having a girl come out of the bath and she just trips and towel flies everywhere.
yeah, yeah,
That I just it brings nothing new, even in terms of fan service. It's not new. It's been done over and over again. It just doesn't it's not handled well when it comes to the characters, so it just has no purpose, and that for me is really annoying. That's why I don't like fan service, that kind of fan service mostly, because that's the biggest type of fan service that I see.
yeah, yeah. It's the same for me. I mean, we've seen it before. It's funny the
Yeah,
first times you see it, but then it's
yeah,
like, yeah, we know.
exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So by now it's old news. I'm just like, really?
But then again, I don't mind the fan service like Kamigami no Asobi had and Free. So that's like that's a thing. Like we've seen too much fan service for guys, I think.
Oh,
But then the
that
other
is.
one is like we're more not used to it. I mean, to see that
But
a
at
lot.
the same time, I think it might get old,
Oh yeah,
like our type of fan service.
mm,
For instance, like when it comes to Free, like I can consider it like fan service in the way that they present it. But when it comes to like Kamigami or Utapri, I can't take it seriously. Like
oh
it's
yeah,
it's
no, I
it's fan
agree.
service, but it's funny. It's not just like, oh, they're really hot.
Yeah, no, they make it even more ridiculous with like flowers and
Yeah, exactly.
transformations. But that's what I like about it. Like it's funny, so I mean, I don't
Yeah,
mind.
but I think if you see like too many series doing that, it will stop being interesting. The thing is that it's still pretty new in
Yeah,
this medium.
yeah. I was just gonna say like it only started, so there will probably be like more series like this since
Yeah.
it's being a huge success right
If you
now.
got
So
like 10 free clones, it would become really boring
oh
real
yeah,
fast.
yeah. I would like be like free forever. That's the only one I
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think fan service on its own is no basis for any series.
Mm,
It
yeah,
just doesn't it can be interesting if you have like one or two episodes around it, but it becomes really boring afterwards, so you just have like to have more. But when you have like a series that has a good plot and then just becomes like full of fan service,
yeah.
kind of overshadows it, that's really annoying to me.
Mhm. Yeah, I
And that's
agree.
that's something that happened to the Fairy Tale franchise.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I've never like watched it, so I can't really like talk about that. But I've heard that from my brother watches it, and he's like,
Yeah.
At the first, I remember him like when he saw the first episode, he's like, "This is so funny. I like this so much." And then he was like, "Yeah, it's okay. It's the same. Like it's good." So I mean, I can see how he changed his mind and all that stuff, and that's probably because of that.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
But,
what kind of fan service is it though? Because I don't really.
well, like it has mostly it's mostly boobs
Oh,
and
okay.
like that kind of thing. And they try to make it kind of funny, but for me, for my sense of humor, it never worked. Like
Yeah.
one of the things that I never liked in Fairy Tail was the comedy aspect of it. I liked the shonen aspect, but not their sense of comedy. And since they
Yeah.
started relying more heavily on it as it went on, I just became less interested.
Hmm.
And yeah, basically that's it. So
Yeah.
I kind of just I watched the whole series, and now I'm kind of watching season 2. I say kind of because I watched like 2 episodes, and then I went like I'm whenever.
You need a break. You need to.
But yeah, that's I think that's basically my opinion on it. Like if you just don't do anything else with the plot, I'm not going to like it. It's
Yeah.
not enough. It's not a selling point for me. You don't tell me, oh, this has fan service, and I'm like, yeah, I'm all over it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like we talked about this before. There's fan service with like cats as well because a lot of people like cats, and
Yeah.
sometimes they do like a lot of like cats in the series and all that. But I have to agree. I'm a big fan of cats, but if it's like too much, I'd probably also say like, yeah, I've seen the cats. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like
It's not enough.
Yeah. So
I think like
yeah.
one of the things that tires me as well, and I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this, but it's the Moet type of fan service.
And the lolly.
Like, I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's just like I can't really stand a lot of it. And I'm saying this, and I watched K-On!, so that's kind of stupid, and I really liked it. But for instance, Gochumon wa Uzagi desu ka? That's the title, right? I
Yeah,
don't even know.
Goshimon. I just call it Goshimon, like the bunny.
That's
the bunny
fine.
one.
That's perfect. The bunny one that doesn't look like a bunny.
Yeah.
Like I started watching it, but I can never see myself marathoning that kind of series. I get real tired of all the cuteness. Like it's the typical cute girls doing cute stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But then again, like I was very surprised, like by myself, that I'm usually not really for that type either. But because I watched it weekly, I could like handle it, and I actually enjoyed it more. So I don't know. I'm kind of still new to the moe thing though, because I haven't watched too much of that. So I think that's it. Because it's still new for me, I can kind of like accept it more and like.
I have a weird relationship with it. Like some series I really really like, and some series I don't know. I don't get into them as much.
Mm-hmm. I like
And
Goshimon a lot.
it kind of makes no sense because sometimes it's pretty close to the ones that I like.
Yeah, I guess like it depends like for the plot and all that stuff as well, and how the characters are.
It also depends on the mood, I'd say. Like fan service depends a lot on the mood for me.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I watched the whole of Uta no Prince Sama, the first season, in like one day.
Yeah.
And it's not that good. I'll be honest, like it's not. It's really amusing and really entertaining, and I really like it, but it's not that good.
Yeah.
And I just woke up and I felt like I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like facing the day or getting out of bed. So I'm going to get a stupid anime about pretty boys dancing. And that's what I did.
I still need to watch that one.
And I haven't watched season 2 because right now I'm not in that kind of mood.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean,
So,
I'm
yeah.
kind of the same. Like you have to be like in the mood for a lot of fan service. I guess I don't know. It's weird. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a resource. It's not. It's something that should, like I said before, it should be used sometimes and in like very appropriate times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not just be like a gimmick.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I agree with you. But yeah, we're at 90 minutes already.
Perfect.
I
was like, is this overtime?
No. But yeah, let us know like in the comments what you think about fan service and how you feel about it and if you like it or not and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, this is a very interesting topic for people to discuss. So just
yeah, exactly.
write about it in the comments.
Yeah.
Tell us we're wrong if we're wrong.
Exactly. Next week will be about animated movies, so it's like Disney movies and all that kind of stuff. So that will be interesting as well. I mean, we still have a lot of
It will
topics
be
to talk
our
about.
childhood.
Yeah, we'll be like, I'll be having my stack of DVDs. Be like, yo, dude. Okay.
Oh, I should get mine as well.
We can do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye bye.